The number one reason why I think digital marketers fail, I've been saying it on this channel for over and over and over again. And to be honest with you, man, I really need to keep, each piece of content in a sense separate. Because I know certain people don't watch all the damn videos that are on my channel, but I've been saying this from the very since the beginning of time. And what holds a lot of digital marketers back is besides just the marketing, right? Because we think, okay, now I got this digital product. I've learned how to create it. I went through all this time learning how to create it, but now we forget that we got to market this thing. But I would say there's something bigger than that. And that is going to be a lack of personal development. And I know a lot of us hate to hear that because if you look at motivational videos, they're probably one of the most number one rated videos out there. They get millions of views. Everybody is looking for a sense of motivation, but we all know that motivation is bullshit. It's discipline that's actually going to take us to where we want to go. And, and a lot of times it's the fact that we are a reflection of our business and we do not understand that. Like Tony Robbins said, we do not experience life, we experience the life that we focus on, right? And then a lot of people, they'll quote this one phrase and it says, where focus goes, energy flows. Somebody said that a long time ago and it kind of rhymed and everybody started to remember it and we started to say it, but we never really took it to heart, right? I remember, and this still goes on from time to time, but I remember at one point in my life, when this online thing was coming on, and probably about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe by now, it was like everybody was bragging about how many books they could read, right? For some odd reason, don't get me wrong, I've read a lot of books. I think a lot of people have read a lot of books, but the problem was we were always bragging about the fact that we read so many books. And it amazed me because I'm like, how can you brag about these books that you read, but you're still maybe fat or unhealthy? You know what I mean? Still in the same place financially, still in the same place with your relationships, still in the same place with your life, whatever, you deem success or whatever. And it's and yet you're bragging about how many books you read. Clearly we can see that you're just not applying the stuff that you are reading. And that's our biggest problem, right? And so when I say personal development, I don't mean necessarily that mean you work out or that you read your Bible every now and then or something of that nature. It's more or less, are you really applying it? Are you changing your state of being? Are you changing then your story? And are you keeping your focus on where you want to go and, and utilizing your energy and your discipline to head down the right direction? I'll give you an example. There's so many people that I always tell people, you don't have a business problem, you got a personal problem reflecting in your business, right? And what I mean by that is, so many people, let's say you're going to go market on TikTok, right? I talk about this all the time. There's literally only 4 things that you can do on TikTok to grow a business, okay? Only 4, right? It's not like Facebook. You can't send random messages. You can send random messages, but it's not like that over there on TikTok land, right? You don't have Facebook groups you can go mingle in. You don't have none of that stuff. So you can either go engage on other people's posts. You can post yourself. You can post in stories, which is like Instagram stories, right? Just little snippets of your life. And then you can go live. And that's it. So hear me out. It's funny that some people will say, well, I didn't go live today. Okay, why not? Well, I'm scared. Okay, well, there you go. That's what I mean, that you don't have a business problem. You have a personal problem reflecting in your business. Now, hold on. Because earlier I said that one of your problems for not being able to make money with digital marketing could be the fact that you're failing on the marketing side, right? Now, I will admit that is the next step. But if you won't show up every day to do the work, what would it matter how much, knowledge you learned in marketing? It doesn't matter if you learned about this. I know this course that sells the psychology of the sale. Doesn't matter about how much psychology of the sale that you understand if you won't do the work. Let me ask you this. What's the fastest way to not make a sale? Don't do the work. So when somebody's sitting there saying, oh, I couldn't get to my stories today. Oh, I didn't want to go live because I'm scared. Oh, I ran out of time to do stuff. Oh, I was in my head today. right? Then how can you sit there and learn about psychology of selling when you can't even master the basics and show up and actually just do the work because something's going on inside of you? So that's the problem. We're looking for the outside solution to an inside problem, right? You're looking outside and buying all these programs, courses, watching all these YouTube videos, even this one. I don't mind. I don't mind for you to say it, even though I hope this video is making me, maybe you like, oh shit, like recognize something, right? But think about it. We watch all these cat videos, these other videos, everybody else making money, and that's detrimental to the soul, right? Watching other people live a life that you only wish you could live. Oh, that's fucking torture, right? But anyway, so you have all that going on, and then you can't get to your work, and then you turn around and you say, I'm upset that I don't have any money. These programs must not work, or this course doesn't work, or this is bullshit, or whatever you want to say. It doesn't matter. But truth be told, you just didn't do the work. You just didn't do the work. And you only didn't do the work because you were dealing with something else. Now, there are those rare people that do the work, right? And they are just sucking at actually doing the work, right? But they're not taking their time to get better because it's still dealing with something within them. Like I said, when Tony Robbins said, you're not experiencing life, you're experiencing the life that you focus on. I want you to think about that. Imagine if every day you were focusing on the fact that you do not have sales and that you suck. What type of actions would you take versus the person that said, okay, I may not be the best thing on the block, but I know my tenacity. I know I can find a way, and I know I'm going to go the right way. And I do know that I need to do these 4 things each and every day, that I need to give as much value as I possibly can, and I need to try to go and help somebody. What if you focused on that? Even by default, you are going to win. Will you make... the difference between the person making the $10,000 a month to the $50,000 a month probably is maybe not necessarily right there work ethic, right? But it could have something to do with, you know what I mean? Are they getting better with their marketing? Now that's a different story. But even then, you probably wouldn't even look at trying to get better with your marketing if you are out of alignment and are out of whack with your personal development. I'll give you another example. I was talking to a person, and I said, hey, you know what you need to do? I was like, hopefully you're strong enough to do this. And they were like, what do you mean strong? I was like, because most digital marketers fall victim to digital marketers, right? It's like, think about it like this. If I said, man, my sales are really low, and then somebody like the title of this video, right? This is why your sales suck, right? You're going to be like, oh, that's why my sales suck. And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, CJ, I'm falling victim to you right now. But no, hear me out. I'm just saying that's what a lot of us do. So hear me out. I told this person, I said, if you're strong enough, you wanna know one of the best things you can do on TikTok? I was like, you can go through your For You page, and out of that For You page, you look at all the viral videos and you try to see why they were viral, right? Like, was it the hook? Was it the green screen? Was it what they said? All these things. And so somebody will say, it'll say something along the lines, and I'm just off the top of my head right now, right? But like a viral video will be like, how I made $50,000 a month with this easy side hustle, right? And it'll be like a viral video, right? And I'll say, okay, look at this video. I was like, what can you take from it? And they were like, well, I haven't made $50,000 a month. Okay, fair enough. Did the $50,000 a month help that video go viral? Maybe. Yeah, probably, right? But what could you take from it as well? Could you maybe say, so if they said how I made $50,000 a month with this viral or with this easy side hustle, could you say how this automated system makes this one of the easiest side, how this done for you automated system that spits out $900 days makes for one of the easiest side hustles you've ever seen? I know it's a little bit different than what the normal person said, but you see how just taking that in, utilizing it to the best of your ability to tell your story or your experience or share something about you instead, you see how you can utilize that, but you have to be strong. Once again, if you're not working on you, then you're going to fall victim to that. And you were going to get to the marketing side of the spectrum. See, so many people, they go make their digital product or they buy their digital product program. They show up to all the calls, they do everything, but they never ever change them, right? They go out in the very beginning just off of full blown optimism and say, cool, I'm going to blast these posts. I'm going to blast these stories. I'm going to blast that. And then just when maybe things are going to start shifting around or maybe they're going to get better, they stop doing the things that are supposed to make them successful, and it falls to the wayside because then they just go the opposite direction and they're always focusing on what they're missing. You see the difference? This is why this is like the number one thing that has been holding digital marketers back, and it makes me laugh. And the only reason why it makes me laugh is for this reason. It doesn't make me laugh because that's what's holding them back. What makes me laugh is I've had so many people for $49 a month. I've been doing a coaching app called Most Want We Will, where I've been sharing the strategies and the mindset techniques that I use to go from this guy that was not doing well to multiple six figures, right? And it's funny because some people will say, hey, Justin, I would get started with you. I really could use it, but I just spent more money on this program. Actually, I just bought these 3 programs and I still owe Klarna. I'm like, you can't pay $49? And the thing about it is sometimes they don't even want to pay the $49, and it's not because they can't afford it. It's because sometimes they don't want to face them. They want to believe that it's got to be something else besides them, right? Like I'll never forget when, and I say this too, and that's why I laugh, but Gary Vaynerchuk somebody will say, hey, this video didn't do good. Is it the algorithm? And he'll be like, no, it's because you suck. And I'll say the same thing. I was like, your content sucks. Like, guys, I don't have a viral video. I'm not going to lie about that. But like, if my video does do bad, I already know. Like if I only get like 150 versus like 400 or 500 views, I'll even tell myself, I'm like, all right, that video wasn't good. It's on me. Because if you take responsibility, then you can change it. If you don't take any type of responsibility, how are you going to change it? If you're blaming the algorithm all day for your lack of sales, then you know what you're going to do? You're going to sit there and just try to hack the algorithm. And that's why you go off and you just chase hacks rather than putting it back on you, perfecting your message and hitting 6 figures anyways, like me, without a fucking viral video. So listen, for $49, you might want to get in that.